So I actually got halfway through the so I actually got halfway through the video and noticed that I wasn't recording, so I'm just gonna go back. So I actually got halfway through the video and noticed that I wasn't recording, so I'm just gonna go back.
Okay, so it's looking like um, I'm going to do this manually instead of how I had originally rehearsed it. So yeah, so this is our flooding kind of webinar type thing, and yeah, so this is some lakeshore flooding in Sebelwing, Michigan, courtesy of my mother, and there's a let me see. There's some railroad tracks over here and a sugar factory. These places got extremely lucky as well as this camp because they actually didn't have any water damage or injuries or anything, and they actually still ran camp during this time. Actually, a soccer camp. They didn't play in this field. They had another field down the street that they were able to go to. So that's good for them. Can I skip this slide? Apparently, I can't skip this slide. Oh, maybe I can't. All right. So yeah, sweet. All right. So this is in Union City, Michigan, courtesy of Val Rossman, and you obviously aren't getting through this. If you shouldn't even attempt getting through this. I'd say this water is probably about 5, 6 feet, depending on how high the post is on this. I'd say it's probably about 5, 6 feet. It looks like a sign that they want you to walk up to and read. So it's probably about normal eye level. So probably about 5 feet. Um, you aren't getting through that no matter what. And you can tell that's moving water and probably very heavy moving water, so you shouldn't even try swimming in it. This is the same flood, and so at about this point, you'll be swept off your feet by moving water. At about this point, if you try driving through it, you're going to your car is going to be moved. And at about this point, your car is going to be picked up and moved wherever the hell the water feels like it. All right, so if you're in this situation, you should leave and move to higher ground. Um, if you know someone who lives in the area that you can get to, if you are able to get a hotel room, if you don't have someone nearby, but definitely you should be moving to higher ground until that water subsides. And once it does, and you're able to come back to your house, be very careful. There could be waterlogging, terrible water damage to the structural integrity of that house, and you could fall through stairs, floors, whatever. Okay, so what our alerts mean? Flood warning is issued when flooding is happening or will happen soon. So if if an area near you is already at near flood level and that rain's just not letting up, the National Weather Service will issue a flood warning unless it's already happened. Of course, they're still going to issue a flood warning. Um, like I said, move to higher ground and never drive through flooded roads. You never know how deep that water actually is. You never know if it's moving, how fast it's moving, stuff like that. So just never drive or walk through flooded roads for that matter. A flood watch is issued when flooding is possible. This doesn't mean it's happening. These get confused a lot with every weather event. And of course, you can always go and check out weather.gov/flood for more, or weather.gov period. Um, some of the impacts. Michigan, you really don't get these, but I'm sure there's people watching from other areas. So homes and businesses will be flooded. Flooding is going to prompt evacuations and rescues. Sometimes they call in the National Guard, Red Cross, FEMA, stuff like that. Flooded roads can make for travel and potential evacuations difficult. This is why it's always important to stay tuned to um, all your resources for weather related stuff like that. So the earlier you know, the earlier you can get ahead of the danger and escape safely. Some roads can erode, and that's going to leave them completely impassable. Um, you're not gonna, you can't, you can't drive over a road that's not there, obviously, and locations that normally don't flood will be covered in water. Coastal flooding. This kind of pertains to oceans, but we live in Michigan and we have the largest freshwater coastline in the country, if not the world. So follow the advice of your local officials, like I already said. Um, don't drive through flooded roads. Once again, I can't stress it enough. Or parking lots. I mean, it's the same theory. Um, if you become stranded, stay indoors and move to the highest floor. You, if you can get on your roof, get on your roof. If there's a chance of flooding and it's dark, don't travel. You can't see it. That's why when I'm storm chasing and I'm in an area that's prone to flooding, uh, I keep up to date on all my stuff. Even though I chase tornadoes and thunderstorms, this is still a big possibility, especially if you end up being in an area where there's a lot of valleys and rivers and stuff like that. So you always want to keep an eye out and just if you if you can, don't travel. Obviously, when you're storm chasing, you're already traveling. Um, so yeah, I already said this. 12 inches of fast-moving water can carry away a small car. 18 to 24 inches of fast-moving water can carry away any other car, and 6 inches can knock you over and carry you away. I'll get to this in the next slide. So what that's looking at is some minor flooding on the Rouge, Shiawassee, Saginaw, Flint, and Clinton rivers, um, and moderate flooding on the Tittabawassee and Huron rivers, and the highest flooding is going to occur in the Midland, Hamburg, and Saginaw regions on the respective rivers and tributaries. Significant events: the 2016 Metro Detroit um, flood. That doesn't sound right. That I think it was 2014, but it was just nonstop raining for a couple days, and it got really hard the second day. And just in my area, that's usually missed here in Roseville. We got like 6 to 8 inches of water on the streets, and then the highways were flooded because all the highways are below ground level, so they kind of have their own mini watershed, so to speak. And so it's really poor thinking on the engineer's behalf that designed the freeway, stuff like that. But the 2020 Tittabawassee flood was caused by, once again, a lot of rain in a short period of time, and it looks like my time is out. So, thanks for watching. You guys stay safe. Follow the advice in this video. Thank you very much.